we're finally at the final round of the AFL regular season, and it is all to play for. There's some big games coming out. Who's going to make the eight? There's still so many teams in contention. Top four still not solidified. Will Brisbane be able to get in there? It's been an exciting season. It's one of the best seasons in memory. When I discount the Crows' performance, just in general as a league, I think it's been one of the most exciting seasons to watch as a neutral for most of it. And so it's been really good. And I think something like the wildcard game that they're talking about bringing in, where it's like 7th to 10th play similar to the NBA style, I'm all for it. I think it adds a lot of excitement in the NBA. I think it can add a lot to the AFL here. It's kind of one of those, like, you got to really I would much rather that than a percentage dictate it, because the percentage can be impacted by so many different things. To me, it can be an indication that a team, how good a team is, but I think it ultimately, there's too many variables to it that to really say, yeah, you're the 7th best team in the comp because of your percentage. I would much rather that mini tournament for the kind of play in, as the NBA call it, that kind of wildcard game, I think would be really exciting for the AFL to introduce. And so it seems like this, when it's been so close, it just makes all the sense in the world to add something like that. And I am assuming the ladder will kind of finish how it is, to be honest. I do think Carlton will just slide into the 8. I mean, if you saw my prediction video earlier in the season a few weeks ago, that writing it out, and I had them as premiers, I'm not sure how confident I am in that anymore. Unfortunately, my pick of the Suns making it, they fell off a cliff and decided that rather than winning all the home games and winning a couple away, we're going to stop winning at home and start winning away, which, I mean, I guess it's probably easier to try and turn around your home form than your away form. So I think that probably is something. But that video, we'll go back and review it and see how it did and how it looked. But ultimately, it's not looking great. But getting back to, I think Carlton will finish in 8th to end it out. I think they'll be able to hold strong. Hawthorn, Bulldogs will all keep their spots. I think Freo will just miss out this season, so which will be disappointing for their fans. I saw there was an article in the Western Australian newspaper, I'm pretty sure it's just called the Western Australian, where it was the same one that took the shots at Adam Simpson retiring, or not retiring, being sacked when he left, and they had photos of the Freo coach and some of their players with Joker painting on it, calling him the Chokers, which is weird, because it's like, well, you've taken shots at the 2 teams in your state. Who do you actually get behind? Like, surely you go one game, go to win, try and spur them on. Nope, just take shots at them. So it's an interesting tactic, but I do think they'll miss out, which will be disappointing for the Freo fans. And Carlton will slide in, and the finals, anything can happen this far, and it's said every year anything can happen, but just with how close it has been, I mean, it feels like if I was going to bet money, I would probably bet on an all Sydney grand final, to be honest. But who knows? Honestly, there's a world where Sydney go out in straight sets because they just can't climb back the lead that they'll inevitably give up in the first quarter, and so they'll go out. Lions could have taken that dip I spoke about previously, where they were kind of due one for going on such a run. They dipped off and then hit finals, and they'll bounce back. And Carlton find their form from earlier in the season, even though they've got next to no players. Maybe they'll be able to do something there. Hawthorn are in as good a form as anyone, so that's a chance. Bulldogs know what it takes to win from outside the 4, so all to play for. As long as Port don't win it, I'll be pretty content with any outcome. To honest, I just hope for some good games. But it's interesting now because there's a lot of rumours about the off-season. There's a lot of teams, their season's now essentially done. They've just got the formality of playing that final game. And so there's a lot of talks. Richmond play the Suns this weekend in their final game. Dead rubber game, but 4:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon, cheeky 7:30 dinner reservation for Dimmer and Dusty. Maybe talk about coming out of retirement and heading up to the Suns. Wouldn't be shocked to see him up there. I think that's definitely a big chance. And then all the Melbourne rumours that are going on at the moment. Track reportedly wanting out. Clary's been rumoured to be on the move as well. Last year he nearly moved to the Crows. It felt like it was getting pretty close. It was gathering a fair bit of steam. Didn't end up happening. So yeah, that might be on it again. There's some war chests in play. The Saints, the Roos, the Crows, all rumoured to be wanting to be big spenders in free agency. If I could have any player who's rumoured to be leaving for the Crows, it would be Christian Petrarca by a mile. I mean, to be fair, if I could have any player in the comp join the Crows, he would be in the top three. It'd probably be Bont, Cripps, and him would be the top three, to be honest. He's unbelievable. If him in a midfield with Jordan Dawson and Rory Laird and Jake Sligo coming through, like that would push the Crows to be really good next season. I reckon he'd be a big signing. I mean, honestly, if Clayton Oliver is an unbelievable player at his best, the last couple of seasons he's been a bit off it. It's tough to tell if that's to do with some of the off-field dramas he's had. Whether that's impacting, you'd have to imagine so. But then again, sometimes players' form kind of falls off. So he's a bit... If Petrarca's like give him anything you can give to get him, pretty much do it. Oliver's, and that's a 10 out of 10. Oliver, to me, is probably like a 6 out of 10. Like, if you can... Like, good play, if you can go and get him. But let's not kind of give up everything and go all in on him. And then if it doesn't work out, we're kind of screwed indefinitely. So that's... I like to say, I think the Crows making a big splash would be really good. I think we kind of just need... We've got a very good, like, foundational level. We just need more of those Dawsons and Rankins in the team to really boost up the level. And I think if we can, next season for the Crows, like from our perspective, if we can make a big signing, let's say Clayton Oliver, for example, if we can have him, rank him for a full season, Thilthorpe for a full season, that would be Fogarty improving. We'll get Miller back. We'll have Worrell for a full season. I can really see us having a real finals push, which was kind of what we expected this season, but then I think injuries kind of just threw it off and played out. So there's some big off-season moves rumored to be going around, and it's one of the issues I actually have with the AFL, the way it's run, is I feel like the off-season moves period is just too short. Like, free agency is so short. The trade period is way too short. To me, basically, come the end of the season, the Monday after the grand final, open the trade period up, get to the week before the season starts, end it there, and then just have the whole off season. Let things develop. Let rumors circulate a bit more. Keep it in the media. And I'm actually been planning a video a bit more about what I think the AFL can and should do to try and grow, and looking at what the NBA does for their marketing sides of things and how they utilize the players and what they've got at their disposal, how they utilize that and what the AFL can learn from it and how they can go about it to be better. But to me, one of the big things the NBA does is it is just always in the news cycle. There's always something going on in the NBA, and they have some down periods. I mean, right now there's not a ton going on. Like, it's kind of the quietest period, but we're now only a few weeks away. Like, that down period is maybe a month, really, where there's not much going on. And so that's a big thing, I think, for growing the game, is just always being in the news cycle. Whereas it feels like the AFL just get to trade period, or get free agency, get to trade period, and just kind of turn it off, forget about it, and then you get back to the start of the season. The season comes back around, and then it's a big thing for a few months, and then it kind of dies off. So the AFL needs to work on a way to really expand it out and keep it more, give it a bit more relevance in the off season. So there was a big tangent that I wasn't kind of expecting. I think just heading into this final round, it's looking out for who's gonna get their spots in the finals. I mean, let me know below in the comments below is who you think will get there, how you think it'll all play out. Is the 8 how it is gonna be the final result? Will things change around a bit? Who's then your tip to actually get the premiership now that it does look a bit more solidified? You kind of know at least the players. I mean, can include Freo in there. Collingwood, their percentage, they're not going to make that percentage back with enough results going their way, I don't think, to be able to be a chance. But yeah, who's your tip to make it? Who do you think will win? And who do you think will win the Brownlow as well, actually, now the regular season's wrapping up? I mean, Dacos had a big performance. Here's a chance. Cripps as well, putting a team, basically a VFL team on his back. That was a big display. Are we going to have the awkward moment at the Brownlow when it's Heaney to win and then whoever is second actually gets the medal? Is that how it's going to play out? Let me know in the comments below just your thoughts. Yeah, kind of a quick wrap up, as we'll do a bit more of a fuller season review once we get to finals. We'll start previewing that and then reviewing the teams that missed out. Thanks for watching. This has actually been a clip excerpt from my full-length podcast, the Armchair Athlete podcast. So make sure to check the channel for all the other clips, watch the videos in full. Make sure to like and subscribe and let me know your thoughts on the video below. Any topics or feedback you want to discuss, throw them down below. It'd be good to hear from you guys. But yeah, as I said, make sure to subscribe and check out the channel for more.